you have been owned. And if you haven't yet, you will be. Either sometime in the past or sometime in the future, you're gonna get owned, right? And you might be thinking I'm talking about video games, and you wouldn't be totally wrong. I'm talking about a game that's played with your data, right? I'm talking about cybersecurity. Um, and either sometime in the past or sometime in the future, either some kid who knows how many people are logged into Google, or a nation state threat actor like China or Russia is going to worm their way into your bots and steal something. Some of them want to steal data, right? They want to steal social security numbers. They want to steal passwords. Other people want to steal your money, right? They'll encrypt all of your data and then have you pay them to unencrypt it, right? They'll ransom it back to you. Still, others want to steal your processing power, right? They get into your box, they drain it of all of its actual resources using your graphics card, your sound card, things like that. Turn it into a zombie for their army, for their whatever nefarious cyber attacks they want to commit. I'm going to be talking about one part of the cyber domain today, right? Because it's enormous, right? And that's passwords. And I can already hear you now, right? Oh my God, tuning you out. I don't blame you. But when the cartels or the Russian mob route kiddie porn through your computer, disguised as the picture of a horse or a flower, and you take the fall for it, you'll wish you would have listened, right? Again, I don't blame you. I completely understand. Passwords are super boring. Making passwords, maintaining passwords, it's awful. Before I joined the Army, I used the same password for everything, right? And you would never know, right? No one could guess it, even if you knew me, right? It checked every block. You ready for it? Capital L, left, 4, the number 4, dead, exclamation point. And it worked on everything, right? You must be at least 8 characters long, have at least 1 capital and 1 lowercase letter, 1 special character and 1 number. 8-10 years ago, that might have worked for some script kiddie, right? But not anymore. Or not in this day and age. Did you know that 75% of all Americans are frustrated with and hate making passwords, right? I myself among them. But 90% of those same Americans are worried that their passwords are going to get hacked or stolen. This is funny because 57% of this same study group have already fell victim to phishing attacks, which is where they put out like a bait email, and when you click on it, they reel you in, right? You let them into your system. But even though they've been victim to that, they still haven't changed their passwords. What's more, there are over 23 million users that still have their password set to the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just those 6 characters. No one who wants to get into your box, your system, your Wi-Fi, your washing machine is going to sit down and try to guess your password, right? What they're going to do instead is use a program to brute force their way in, right? Like the police with a battering ram, right? Or my ex-wife. And these programs go through these massive lists at lightning speed to check their passwords in their list against the password you've chosen, right? As soon as they find it, they get an alert, they know. If they know that your password has been encrypted, right? It's been hashed. It's just a string of characters now. It's not actually the password. That's fine. They have a program that goes through a list of hashes to match the hash values. If they're the same, boom, they've got you. They don't even need your password, right? But your password changes the hash depending on what your password is. So a stronger password equals a much more difficult hash. So how do we stop that, right? Well, first we got to create strong passwords. This means making ones that are at least 12 to 15 characters. A 6-character password takes 10 minutes to crack. Alternatively, a 12 to 15 character password can take upwards of 50 years to crack using a password cracker. It's not worth the juice, ain't worth the squeeze, right? I like history, so if we take a password and make it something that we like, it's too easy, right? I like the Battle of Gettysburg, so we'll take the Battle of Gettysburg, right? That's 8 capital T 7 exclamation point 3 lowercase at capital G 3T 7 $ lowercase BUR9. It's an excellent password. 17 characters, 3 specials, 6 numbers, 8 letters, 2 of which are capitalized. You get my point. Then comes managing them all, which can be a chore, but it's not that difficult when you think about the resources you have, right? You could use a password manager. These are excellent. They put all your passwords in a cloud storage facility, right? You don't have to worry about managing them. You could use a password book like I do. Granted, if somebody breaks in and steals stuff, then they'll have all your passwords. But like, nobody online is going to be able to steal your passwords because it's analog. Now, if none of those suit your fancy, you can easily just take a file, put all your passwords in the file, encrypt that file with another password, and then you only have to remember one password to have access to all of your, personal information. And this is a really solid method for handling having a lot of passwords and managing them pretty easily. Basically, to sum up, in this Internet of Things day and age, right, where your printer, your consoles, your TVs, your washing machines, your dryers, your refrigerator, your house, your Alexa, they all have internet connectivity, right? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. In this day and age, you might not care about cybersecurity, but the hundreds, maybe even thousands of nation and non-nation state actors absolutely do, and they want your shit. And if you could only do one thing to secure your information, it would be to make strong passwords. Making strong passwords is literally if you only did one thing, that would be the thing to do, right? Alternatively, you could just move to the woods, live off the land. It's up to you.